Lots happening around UNM this month, from new tuition incentives to a visit from the DOJ, all while preparing for graduation, which is coming up in just a few short weeks. It's a busy time. Here with an update on it all is UNM President Dr. Bob Frank. So good to have you this morning. Thanks for coming in regularly to update us. All right, let's talk about these incentives that were in place. We were discussing this a little bit before during the break, before our interview here. There's a 3% tuition increase that's coming, and one that will take place every year. How are you helping to offset that?
Well, what we're doing is we've just passed a new plan that would allow students to encourage students to graduate in 4 years, and it's a real simple plan. Stay on track, graduate in 4 years, your last semester is free. So what we want to say to students is graduate in 4 years. It helps you, you get out fast, and you get that last semester free, and you're done with school, and you go on with your life. You get 4 years done, free semester.
Now, UNM is the only one doing this, right?
Only one in the country that's done it, and it's great for student success. You have much less cost, you're out of school, and you avoid that additional cost of being in school, and this last semester is free.
3% has got to a college student, especially somebody who may be funding their own education, sound like a lot of money, but there are other universities that are doing more, right? Yeah,
lots of universities do more, but you got to remember, in New Mexico, we have the lowest tuition in the country for a public research university to start with. These students will be on the lottery second, and it's going to add up to about $217 that increases. So University of New Mexico is the best value in college education for a public research university in the country, flat out. So while this is an increase, our value is enormous. And this is a great deal, and it makes even more sense for a student that it's an in-state student here in New Mexico. So
with the the eighth semester, right?
Stay on track, graduate. You're going to have the best education you can get in the United States, and now the economic value of it's even better.
Does that mean that they're actually paying any more in the long run if that eighth semester is free?
No, they're going to get a better deal.
Okay, a little better deal than the cost increase. All right, moving on to this, UNM's still working hard to develop some new initiatives in creating a safer campus, especially when it comes to sexual assaults. How so?
Absolutely. We've been working on it intensely. Last year, I put together a group of faculty and staff to look at this. They've been working on it. It's a group called Global Respect. They've created a set of policies that look at it. They bring people together. We've created a group that's a one-stop area where you can go in if you have any issues, get help. That's coming online right now. We have the Department of Justice is coming back 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, what are they doing on campus?
Well, they're coming back. You know, they said they want to look at our campus. They have concerns about, are we doing enough for our students? And so they're coming back. They're going to talk to students and interview students and ask, you know, what's going on in this campus? Are we doing enough? Have we coordinated things enough? And what we know is that we weren't doing enough. So we've been working very hard to make sure all of our policies are systematic, and what we learned was we had a lot of policies, they weren't coordinated. So now we said early this year we're going to coordinate them all by the end of the semester, and we just about have that done. We will have it done by May, and so that step's almost done. This one-stop place where you can go and everybody talks to each other, and all of our systems will then fan out and all the help will be coordinated. We've done that. So we've taken a lot of steps to make sure that all of our help is coordinated and not disaggregated like it used to be. So I think we've done major steps, and I think they'll see a lot of improvement.
I'm sure we'll hear more on the DOJ visit and all of that coming up. On to our lighter topic, a proposal for a new restaurant around the campus area. Tell me about this.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. You know, the South Campus is a really fun place to go. You go to the pit for basketball. We just found out that we're like 8th in the nation for attendance at the pit in basketball. Year in, year out, Lobos go to basketball. Our football team, we think we're going to have a fantastic football season this year. But, you know, there's not really many restaurants or amenities down there. We want to make that a sports entertainment zone where people go and they can go to a restaurant, they can hang out and not just go to the games, but make it a sports zone, so to speak. And so if you go to a lot of places like in Cleveland or some of these places, there's tons of restaurants and places to go in addition to the sports site that you go to. So we put out a bid, and we've got a great response from the Marble Development Company, which also is Marble Brewery, Rio Chama, and some other things. And they've given us a fantastic proposal. We're working with them to bring it to fruition. So they would put a restaurant and a brewery and some other things right there, and it'll be
big development.
Big development. Now, it's not going to be huge, but it'll be moderate size right there on the corner of Cesar Chavez and University. It'll change the whole nature of that thing. It'll make it an experience as opposed to just go there. And we, you know, we have a lot of people live in those neighborhoods. They'll have much more access to food and dining, and it'll be a much more of a place to go as opposed to just go and leave.
A few seconds left, really only about 15, unfortunately. But look, we're talking commencement's coming up May 9th, so you're preparing for that in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, fantastic experience. Two great speakers. Rick Hinton, Jim Hinton, Rick's his brother, Jim Hinton, CEO of Presbyterian, will speak to our undergraduates, and Kathleen Kennedy Townsend of the Kennedy family is going to speak to our graduate students.
Sounds good. May 9th, so we'll look forward to that. Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Frank,
you.
for being in this morning and telling us all that's going on at UNM. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.